Every year, Startup Grind hosts our SG Women Leaders Month, proudly recognizing the accomplishments of successful women leaders all over the world. These women are founders, venture capitalists, engineers, executives, educators, and more who represent our community all around the world. This month's SG Women Month is proudly presented by Google for Startups and Silicon Valley Bank.
Hello, guys. We already have a couple of guests who have been patiently waiting for this event today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us for today's program. Apollo's Grace, thank you. Afra Jamal Mohammed, thank you. Blessing Oloyo, you are welcome. Titi Lokwe Joel, you are welcome. Ayatuddin Mustafa, you are most welcome to today's Fireside chat with Kangsuk Dawam Oloche, the Chief Executive Officer of KTMD Entertainment. Madam, once again, you are welcome.
Thank you, Mayokun, and good morning, everyone.
Yes, it's really nice to see your face. You are looking so beautiful.
Growing in grace.
Yeah, growing in grace. I guess the lockdown period has been a time to reorganize and revitalize yourself. You know. All right, so if you can hear me, please, can you just give me a hand raise? There is a function on the Zoom that allows you to raise your hand. So just raise your hand on the Zoom app, and I'll know that you're actually following me. Okay, great. All right. So thank you. Today's event is an SG Women event, and that is what we are doing all over the world. Startup Grind chapters all over the world. We are featuring amazing and outstanding women entrepreneurs. And here in the city of Jos, we have outlined a couple of events, 5 of them in all, and this is the very first of them all. Okay, so very quickly for a minute, before we go into the Fireside chat proper, I want to play us a video from our sponsors, our global sponsors for the month of June, which is our SG Women Month. Okay, so just hold on a sec and watch this little video I want to play. Please bear with me, coming. Okay.
Every year, Startup Grind hosts our SG Women Leaders Month, proudly recognizing the accomplishments of successful women leaders all over the world. These women are founders, venture capitalists, engineers, executives, educators, and more who represent our community all around the world. This month's SG Women Month is proudly presented by Google for Startups and Silicon Valley Bank.
All right, so that's a video from Google for Startups and Silicon Valley Bank. I hope it came with sound.
Yes, it did.
It did come with sound. Okay, good.
Yes, it did.
All right. So that's a message from our sponsors. And so now we'll go into the Fireside chat proper. Uh, Madam, before we go on, I want to first and foremost appreciate you. Thank you for all you have been doing, for Startup Grind, Joss, because you are KTMD has been a partner to Startup Grind Jobs. And what you do professionally, you have been sacrificing it for us. What you would normally charge lots of money for, you have been attending our events with your crew, with your equipment, and you have been covering us. So on behalf of Startup Grant Just community, I want to say thank you for being our partner and welcome to the event today where we'll really be hearing your story, the story of Kangsuk Dawam Oloche and the story of KTMD Entertainment.
You're welcome, Mayokun. It's a pleasure.
All right. So let me start by asking, what is the meaning of KTMD?
It's my complete name. It's Kangsuk Dawam Maria Dawam. And all the names signifies a lot of things, especially unity. So it's just the acronym of my name.
Okay. Kangsuk. I didn't get the T.
Taen.
Tahen.
Taen is my father's name. I'll pardon you because you're not calling the names well.
Please pardon me.
Taen is my father's name. Maria was my confirmation name back then when we were Catholics, and then Dawam is my son name.
Okay. At least yes. I know the others except the T.
Yes.
Yes. And today I know the full meaning. Okay. So can you tell us about yourself?
Sure. As you all know, my name is Kangsuk Dawam Oloche. Now Mrs. Oloche. I'm married. I have 2 children. I'm a photographer and as well a businesswoman. I went to Nasarawa State University, Kefi. I went to St. Louis College here in Jos. I went to Corona Primary School here in Jos. So I'll say my life was a good start. Can you hear me, Mayokun?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Yes. Did you say Corona? Did you say Corona Private School?
Yes, please, not the pandemic one. Because I know you're getting there.
Okay.
Please,
okay.
the Corona here in Bukuru in Jos. So.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Yes.
All right. So you've gone through the educational phases of your life, and then you have decided that you want to become an entertainment personality. What actually informed that decision? Especially.
Oh, well.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. Especially playing in a field that used to be dominated by men.
Thank God you used the word "used to be." I'm one of the women that broke that bridge, that broke that barrier that it's a man's world. So I started photography as just a hobby, something to catch fun with. And then I worked with a studio owner here in Jos at Murtala Mohammed. The gallery, my boss, he taught me a little bit of what I know, and then I improved on my skills with time. So I got into the university and I became the photographer of the students, from passports to birthday parties and everything. I didn't even need to ask my mom or any other person for school fees because it sorted my bills as at then. So it became a passion with time. It grew with time. It was not something that just started suddenly. It grew with time, and I improved. I went for trainings. I read books, and before I knew it, it was like a bar chart going higher and higher. So when I got married, it was necessary that I stopped freelancing and owned a studio. And When I started the studio, it was an empty room. I have videos of them. I watch them till today and then I laugh about it. It was a hollow hall. There was nothing in it. So the same building I was in, NHub, as at then DESA, David DESA came and told me, there's this program, you could just try it and see what you can do. It's called the Next Economy. And that was the beginning.
Wow, wow.
Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly,
So
clearly.
that was the beginning.
Thank you so much. So KTMD Studios actually started as a result of your passion, which you had naturally, and you went and had some trainings. And while in school,
Yes.
you were actually a photographer on campus and making money.
Yes. Yes.
That's so interesting.
Making good money.
Good money.
Yes.
Good money.
Yes.
And you're making even better money now.
By God's grace.
Yes. So how has life been? Because currently you're one of the leading female photographers on the Plateau. How challenging has it been for you, despite your gender?
Yes. First, I am a mother. I have a family to cater for, and then I have a business to run. This business is not just photography; it has other branches linked to it. So I plan my day ahead of time, and it has been challenging though. Sometimes I wish I could just rest or sleep some hours more, but when you think of the precaution of not managing time well, it gets me starting again. So it just makes me want to do more. And when I look at my children, I'm like, okay, I want them to have the best. Yes, my husband tries his best, so he's doing well, but somehow when a woman too tries her best, it encourages the man, so we try to work together. And apart from that, we also have a studio to run. We started well, we can't end in shame. So when you think about all that, you try to put in more effort to grow and to enlarge your territory. So that's just what has been keeping me. And God knows how He manages my life for me, honestly, because sometimes I sit back and like, okay, you will understand. I'm still growing and all that, and the stress and everything. Somehow I try to manage it, and then God just knows what to do, and then He's doing it perfectly well in my life. Because what I do is to allow Him to take lead, and then I follow suit. So that's just my secret.
Excellent, excellent. So you just said that KTMD is beyond photography.
Yes,
So you do other things, you do videos, you do emceeing. So maybe you are going to quickly tell us your services. And then you mentioned your husband. You work together? Do you run the studio together?
Yes, he is also a DJ. He does he does all these DJ stuff on a low key. So, but he's doing it well, and he knows what to do and when to do it. He's also an MC. He knows how to anchor events and all that. So I'm not just alone in the business. It's a two-way thing.
Okay. All right. So it's more or less like a family business. Now, is there a point at which you separate work from family? How do you get that done?
It's difficult, honestly, but I dedicate some days just for my children. Most at times on Sundays, I dedicate those days for my children, and after work, I have time for my children, even without being told, of course. I try to feed them, bathe them, do the necessary things mothers do. I read books for them and stories, and then Sundays are fun days. So we play a lot, we go out, have ice cream, snacks. I have to have time for them. After all, who am I working for? It's for them. So somehow what we do is when it's time to work, someone takes care of them for me. When I'm done, I come back home. I make sure I take care of them. I cook and stock the fridge. So don't think someone else cooks for me.
Oh,
I cook stews and soups and all that, stock the fridge. When I come back, I need to feed them. I know what to do, how to do it, and take care of them, put them into bed. So my time is everything. I don't stay out late because of them. If I have an event for dinners or anything, I have to sort it out. I do it, handle it. At a point in time, I then leave my manager to take over because she's capable. I've trained her a lot, so she knows what to do. So we know how to manage our time and resources, and then that's how I know that okay, this is time for work, this is time for family.
okay. So you have been able to establish a very good balance between work and family, which is an agree.
Mayokun but it's not that easy. It's not easy.
Yes, I can imagine. Because I've been to your office a couple of times, and then maybe I will see you with one baby, and you are trying to still hold the camera
Yes,
and all that,
yes,
So I understand that it's not easy.
yes, yes. Like at work. Yes, in the studio, I sit back my baby literally and work with her because she's just 7 months old. So what I do is when she needs to be breastfed or she needs to eat, I feed her. And when the work is too much and she's getting too tired of being on my back, there's Mercy, there's Jane, there's someone in the studio that will always like try to help to hold her. When she's grown up, maybe one year, 6 months, then we can talk about school or something. Then it will be easier for me.
All right, great. So, as someone who does services you render these services, these entertainment services, and also handle trainings. You have people who you are grooming under you. How do you manage all these activities? You're managing your clients, managing your trainees.
I have a timetable, and I know days that clients come, and there's an inflow. I have a chart. I know how my clients come and how they work with me. Some of them book ahead of time, some don't. It just appear, but I know how to manage it. Like most at times in the mornings, I have my time with my trainees, and it's not every day they come. They have days that they come and all that. If I have a booking and it has to clash with their trainings, we reschedule and then we know how we go about things. So usually there's a timetable everybody follows. Excuse me.
Bless you.
There's a timetable. Amen. There's a timetable everybody follows, and then their assignments, and then their workouts, and then their classworks, their practicals that they need to go through. So we all know what we should do at what time and how we should go about it. So it's not just scattered. If, for example, I have an event to cover today, as I'm speaking to you, someone will be there covering it, and I'm here talking to you. Okay, so we prepare because people book ahead of time, so it's not a problem.
So everything goes with planning.
Yes, it's planning. You have to plan. If you don't have to plan, if you don't plan, then you're planning to fail. So I'm not planning to fail. I really need to work out so that I will grow better than how I am now. And the trainees that I have are impressing me because you teach them something, they know that, okay, it's important, they practice, and then they show you results. So those results that they show me encourages me to even do more for them. So that's just
Yes. As a matter of fact, I know a couple of trainees that have passed through you. The Ades, the Nessis, the Matildas, the Mildreds, over time.
Tom has a studio at Adama. He's doing perfectly well. Tom Skills, that's what they call him.
Tom Skills, that's true.
Yes.
I follow a couple of them on social media, and I see that they are doing amazing.
You're impressed?
I'm really, really impressed.
Yes,
I'm extremely impressed at the products that are coming out of KTMD.
Honestly, I'm happy.
Keep up the good job. Keep up the good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
you mentioned that when you were starting, your studio was just an empty hall. You know,
It was a hollow hall. If you say hollow, it will make more sense.
it was a hollow hall. As in hollow, like you could actually hear echoes when you speak.
Oh my God. Yes,
So,
it was a hollow hall.
but today your studio is filled with all kinds of amazing equipment. How did you go about that in terms of raising capital, investments? You know, at what point did things started really, changing for you? And what advice do you have for those who have a dream, who have a passion, and they don't have the capital, the finance to go into business?
Okay, so honestly, it was like a miracle. After I got married, um, I was thinking of the way forward. So we rented a hall, same building with Blue Wheels, and same building with N-Hub.
I call that a step of faith because
Yes,
you had money for the hall
yes,
and you
I
and
didn't
you
have
just took that action.
anything. Yes. So, but one good thing was my family members were trying to say, okay, we'll help you. And then someone would just send 200,000 and hold on. Someone would send 10,000 and hold on. But photography is a rich man's business, honestly, because the equipments are extremely, extremely rich. They are extremely expensive. And if you want to be a professional, you have to get professional gadgets. So Desa was the director of NHOP as of then, and then the next economy, they were they were going to start sessions and all that, and then he advised me to come and join and then learn about business, and then he didn't even tell me everything, download everything the way I was, but he just told me to come and learn about business. And I went, okay, what will be there? What's there? It won't harm me. So I started like a joke. We were trained for 6 months, after which we were told to crowdfund. So it was a new innovation, and it was a new thing that people didn't really understand here on the plateau. How will you beg someone for money in quotes? But the truth is, you're not actually begging. Yes, you're not actually begging. You're trying to grow. And if anybody wanted to support your business, anybody that loved you enough would support your business. So we were educated on that. And then before I knew it, I made a simple video with my phone asking people to please support my business. I got messages, I got texts. Why are you begging for money? What's wrong with you? Want to embarrass you? Everybody had his own picture of what crowdfunding means. Oh, my God, it was not funny. I did not answer them because I was trained. Yes, I was trained and I knew what I was looking for. I knew that people would never understand the kind of what I wanted, but my husband did, and he gave me permission, and it encouraged me to move on. I made a video and I sent links every day. Mayokun, I used to send WhatsApp broadcasts. I'm sure you're one of them. I used to send WhatsApp broadcasts to them, to my friends on WhatsApp, on Facebook. I persisted. I was a die-hard entrepreneur that did not give up. I was just sending WhatsApp messages. On Christmas Day, I would send every day until one day my brother came up and said, "Ha, madam, this is your own. Now, wow, oh yeah, come. I'm going to help you." That was even before the crowdfunding ended. He said, "I'm going to help you. Show me your business plan. Let me see what you're up about, and then I'll know what to do." I did. I was even reluctant, like, all these people that were there. This was my blood brother. Okay. So when I did, I actually thought it was something I would take for granted. So when he he saw the business plan. So, okay, this is nice. He just called up my husband. Okay, you guys take a flight to Lagos or take a bus to Lagos. I know there are better deals for equipments and gadgets and all that. Go select. So I was pregnant. I wouldn't have made it for the journey. My dear husband did. He went. He would just he picked stuffs and all that, and then called my brother and said, okay, he has picked, and this is how much he has spent. So how is it going to be? My brother just miraculously transferred all the money we used for the gadgets. Yes, it was worth about 3.5 million or thereabouts, and then he sent it. Then he told me, now I'm not giving you this money, dash. It's a loan. Only you're going to pay. Yes, you're going to pay at your pace. That's what he told me. And I said, you're my brother now. You want to just help me? He said, no, you're going to pay at your pace, but you must pay all the money. He called my husband and told him that, okay, I'm lending you this money because I want you people to go. I've seen the effort she has put and all that. So we started. We came back to our Hello Hall. We started renovation. We fixed things while I was still crowdfunding. After I finished crowdfunding, I raised up to 400 and something thousand that all my friends and my family had sent. And I sent an account number to the platform, and it was my NYC account. And I sent it, so the money that was supposed to be in that NYC account, Mayokun, they sent it to Stanbic Bank, and then before I know it, Stanbic Bank said they had to send it back to Flutterwave, and the money disappeared. Till today, I did not collect that money again. So you see, even with the crowdfunding,
that should be followed up.
We have tried, but I don't know. So even with the crowdfunding, when the first tranche was not sent to me, what they sent was the second tranche. That's where, because how Next Economy works is that if you raise a certain amount of capital according to what your business plan says, and your Afra, thank you, and what your target is, they'll pay you the half of what you raise. So say for example, I raised 150,000, they're meant to pay me 300,000. Do you get? So that was how it works. Yes, that was how it works. So that's aside. So we started with the Hello Hall. We got some people to come in, and we did all what we could. And before you knew it, we started getting people to come train, and little by little, we're getting the money. Tomorrow, I'll send my brother 50,000. Next tomorrow, 100K, like that. And we were getting more contracts and everything. You cannot please everyone, okay? So what we could do, we did, and what we could not do, we didn't. So that was it. So for entrepreneurs that think that the gadgets are too expensive, you must not get exactly what I have or how expensive my gadget is, but the thing is, if, for example, you have a phone and your phone takes good pictures and you feel okay, you want to be a phone photographer. There are doors for phone photographers. People employ people. Actually, the camera is not you. You are the creativity behind anything you want to start, whether catering, whether your DJ services, even if it's just radio and phone that you have, and then an antenna that you can just plug to play your music. But because you know how to mix the music well, is what will get you customers. I don't believe that the gadgets make your business. No, the real person that has to make the business work is the business owner. I keep telling my colleagues when they come to the studio, madam, you have made it in this life. And I'm like, no, I'm in call with you people. No. I'm still learning. Honestly, Honestly, when they come and they see so many colors, the studio is so colorful. I'm like, no, what is the same? Oh, bring one for me, oh, I beg. So the person behind the camera is the business. It's not the gadgets you use. It's not the laptop. It's not, no, it doesn't make you different from me. No. In short, there are people that have smaller gadgets, they don't even have the access that I have, and they're doing very well. Very, very well. I met some few recently, and this coronavirus, Michael, I was telling you the other day, it was like the world just stopped for my sake, for me to sit down, redress a lot of things, think about a lot of things. And I learned more of a lot of things from one of my photographer friends. Michael, I told you, editing is something that you really need to have time, quiet, and peace. I had to go somewhere, learn from a fellow photographer, and he was ready to teach me. And this is someone that doesn't have the gadgets I have, but he has the knowledge, he has everything. So why not? I don't mind learning from a 2-year-old. Why won't I learn? If I stop learning, that means I'm dead. Okay? So it's not about the gadgets you have. Please be corrected, because so many people feel, oh, if I have a Z, Nikon Z, if I have a red, if I have, no, you don't need to have everything to make it in life. You can start little. I was using a Nikon D80 for photographers that understand gadgets. I was using a Nikon D80 in that Halo hall. I was literally snapping people. In short, before the Nikon D80 came, I was using a small camera that looked like this phone. I was just taking passports and printing passports. People will insult me. People will insult the picture on top. I didn't care. My own is a process, small by small. I will just be apologizing, and then I was learning. As they insulted me, I took corrections. Yes, Mayokun. I took corrections, and then before I knew it, I'm here. So yes. I go for trainings, and my next target is to leave the country and go on, train more, and then come back. I've trained this coronavirus. I've learned a lot of things online, and I'm going very soon. You see changes by God's grace on my page and all that, and I'm sure you will. So,
It's exciting to realize that you have not been complaining in the period of the pandemic, but rather you have been learning and you have been upskilling yourself. And it's very interesting what you just shared about your fundraising experience. As an entrepreneur, you don't have to be ashamed in as much as you have a goal, in as much as you have a dream. You should just go all out there in as much as you know you are sincere and genuine with your mission.
You have integrity, of course.
You have integrity, yes. Well, this is an age whereby it seems as if everybody is actually a photographer, because we all have these gadgets on our phone. We can take photos, we can take videos. So how is the business? Do you think, as a professional photographer, the business you are in a business that is growing or that would decline with time? What's your opinion concerning that? Concerning what you currently do?
I'm not even intimidated one bit by phone pictures, because people that understand art and love art, photography is art.
Okay.
If you know the quality of what you want, and you put a camera picture beside a phone picture, you will know the difference. When I print a camera picture, you print a phone picture, you will know the difference. I'm not even intimidated, we're just starting. They can make all the phones they want, but it will never give you the quality, or it will never serve as the camera will serve. The purpose of the camera is to keep memories. The phone can get missing at any time. Pictures will not be as, the pixels on the phone picture will not be as much as that of the camera. You can argue all you can. The prices we get, the cameras are different from what we get phones. I'm not very intimidated. I'm not.
Okay, great. I'm actually inspired by your passion and the way you do your work. I've seen you in action a lot of times. I can I can recall on one edition of Startup Grind where we just started newly. I think that should be like maybe the third edition or so. This is the 21st edition. I think on the third edition.
Wow.
Yeah. We've been around and you've been with us all this while.
Yeah.
At that very event, you were doing both the video coverage and the photography.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, what a lady. I was just getting to know you then, but you are this kind of person that can actually curve under a table with one leg in the air, and your camera at this kind of angle. Please, what drives you? What inspires you? What's your inspiration to do your work the way you do it? And then, do you have any mentors and role models in the industry?
You're funny, you say now under the table, leg up. I'm very flexible. Yes, I am very, very flexible. I'm very sporting, and I don't know, when the photography Kangsuk appears, it just works. I love what I do, and there are angles I want to take that other people cannot see. You might just see me as I am now, but there's the eye that the photographers have that is very, very different from normal people. It's just like an artwork. So it's something that I cannot explain. Probably the passion drives me to do a lot of things. So I think I don't know. I don't know what makes me to acrobats, jump on a table, and come down from a ladder to take good pictures. It's not my fault. It's just the passion.
Okay, great. Now, do you have any role models and mentors in the entertainment industry?
Yes, I love what Mr. Dills Frames does. Mr. Ibrahim, I call him Uncle Ibrahim. Ibrahim. He is Dills Frames. I think you know him. I look up to the Tomati, Koren, then our able mama, Tiwa, Tiwa Bello, and there's this foreign guy, FJH. He uses Sonny. I love his pictures too. Yeah. I have plenty of them, but one person I follow up very well is Tiwa Bello.
Amazing. Okay, this is to our attendees. Thank you for sticking with us. We will be entertaining questions from you. So if you have any questions, please kindly drop them in the Q&A section or in the chat room so that our special guest would attend to those questions. Thank you. Miriam, let me call you Miriam now because that's the name that I think I can pronounce really well and which I'm used to. What advice do you have for entrepreneurs that are facing challenges in their businesses? Because we all face challenges.
Let me just say a brief story about this year, and probably it will help those that are listening. Now, around January this year, I was getting tired of the business because financially money wasn't coming in. I was getting frustrated. Things were not working out well for me. Okay? Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. So there are times like that, okay? That everything will just come to a stop. But the thing that pushes you to go ahead to continue the business is a passion that you have for the business. If you are doing any business and you know you're just doing it for the money, then you're doing the wrong business, because when the challenges come, you might not be there for long. You probably just drop it and then jump into another business, and then drop that other business because another challenge came, and then you go into another business. So probably before venturing into any business at all, I advise you to know the onions of the business. By that I mean step by step, whether you love the business or not. Are you in for the money? Are you in because you want to make a difference? Are you in because you have a social and corporate responsibility you want to like do with the business? I don't know, but whatever your reason is, you must love the business. Like for people that cook, if you don't like cooking, don't venture into catering. You're just going to make things worse. You probably could poison and give someone because you're not in the mood of making a certain kind of food. So I think it works with passion. Honestly, it has to be with passion. So when I decided not to close down KTMD in January, my husband encouraged me. And then I now remember the pictures that I took that people loved, and the smiles I got from people after delivering their jobs and all that. It encouraged me to stay back and work harder. And now as I'm talking to you, I've forgotten that that part of closing the business, and I'm working towards building it into a better empire.
Okay, great. Great. Thank you for that answer. We will take two questions, which we have already. Even though I think what you said has answered this first question from Blessing Oloyo, where she said, what role has passion played in your journey as an entrepreneur? So I think what
Okay,
you
I
said,
think I just
I think you just addressed that. And she has another question. She said, having followed T.Y. Bello for years, what do you think she does differently?
She takes candid pictures. That's what I see. And there's a way she. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you. Yes.
Okay. And I noticed a lot of things. She's a Canon ambassador. She uses a lot of their gadgets and all that. And she knows how to do editing, which I'm still learning. Don't be angry with me because editing is not child's play. So we're improving on that, if that's your question. But I noticed she does a lot of things, and I'm following suit. You'll see differences and changes on my website and my pages very soon. So I'm sure I will, yeah.
All right. Okay, so we have this question from Afra Jamal Mohammed. And she said, are you considering going online, like social media marketing? If yes, how do you plan to go about it?
Okay, so there's something I learned recently during this coronavirus pandemic break. There are third parties social media like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, LinkedIn, and all that. All of them are third parties. So now I'm trying to see how to build my own personal website where it will be easier for you to find me. And even if anything happened to all those social media handles that I am already on Instagram, I'm KTMD Entertainment, short. On Facebook, KTMD Entertainment. On Twitter, KTMD Entertainment. I'm on all those social media handles, okay? But now I'm working on a website which will make more sense, whereby even if anything happens to my account on in Instagram, Twitter, blah, 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 I'm safe. I have a website and people can find me there, okay? So that won't be a problem. And yes, just as the way I was bothering people to crowdfund for me, that's how I want to start working towards it. So I'm looking for someone that will handle that personally. So it won't be a problem, Afra. Thank you.
Amazing. Okay, in a message, Anson asks that as an artist, because photographer is an art, How do you intend
Yeah.
to convince this generation of young photographers to still patronize traditional photography? Because there are also so many editing tools used to create beautiful photography, and everyone tends to think that when you have a smartphone and access to editing tools, you do not need a photographer. So the question is, how
Yeah.
do you intend to convince people to still
Yeah.
patronize photographers?
Oh well, everybody knows what is good. I might I might just as well take good pictures and tell stories with my pictures. Editing has altered a lot of natural things that ordinarily should be left. Too much of editing is not, oh sorry, too much of editing is not the way out for photography now. Now, even on Instagram, if you over edit pictures, do you know that they bring it down? Do you know that? Yes. So what we do, we're not just
Hello? Hello? I think we have a hello guys. So I think we have a little issue with network from the part of our special guests today. But then our time is also have also been well spent, and I believe that we all have learned a lot from our story. So even while we wait to see whether she can join us within the next 3 to 5 minutes, I want to use this opportunity to appreciate you all for being a part of today's event. Afra Jamal Mohammed, Blessing Oluyo, Ayatuddin Mustafa. Welcome back, Kangsuk. Welcome
yes, I
back.
think
Yes, you,
oh
you you were off for some seconds. Welcome back.
yes. Thank you. Thank you. So do I finish up or
Yes,
time is
finish.
out?
Yes, finish up. We are already gradually coming to
Run.
an end of today's event.
Okay. So as I was saying, there too much of artificial editing really loses the essence of photography. And photography is supposed to preserve some certain moments, some certain things. So I, for one, am against extreme editing, like losing your facial looks or taking out really nice backgrounds just to look cool on Instagram and all that. To me, you're altering what God has really made. Okay, so it doesn't mean you won't edit your pictures, but let us just get the nature as it is. I will not be able to convince them, but I'll be able to educate them on what photography is, the essence of it, and why it was created in the first place. Okay. Now, too much of editing, even Instagram don't tire yourself. They will even take down pictures and tell you too much of this, or they notice that there's alteration with the skies, too much color, something is not real. They take it down. They take it down. The essence of editing tools is not to lose the essence of nature. What would the children in the next century look up to? When you look at your baby pictures or pictures that you took in the past, are you not happy? Don't you see the things that make you remember how your home was that year? Don't you see how the difference between the pictures of then and now is? Too much of exaggeration is poisonous, is killing the essence of photography. So I'll rather educate you than convince you. I don't need to convince you because it will now be an argument. Oh my, editing brings up. You snap a black person, let the person be black. If your arm is too fat, accept it. If you don't want your arm to be fat, go and exercise. If your tummy is too big, no, honestly, because most people come and tell you to do strange things. I mean, it's annoying. If your skin is beautifully black and you're beautiful, they'll come and tell, oh, I don't have makeup on. I can't take any picture. Were you created with makeup? Let's be realistic. Now, all I need to do is to educate people to love yourself the way you are. Everything comes from you. The moment you love yourself, it shows outside. It shows outside. So much of editing kills the essence of why we exist. Okay, please. Suing their brides on hello Mayokun. I've heard of stories of people after wedding and everything, when they clean the makeup and all that, the wife comes in and then the husband doesn't recognize who she is because of too much of makeup. You remove the hair, remove the eyebrow, remove everything. Come on, people. Why did God create you the way you are? It's because he saw it was beautiful. So keep yourself that way. In essence, you don't need too much of editing, okay? I'm talking too much on this question because it touched me well. Okay. Are you there, Mayokun? I can't hear you. Unmute. Unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm here,
okay,
sir.
Okay, forgive me. My internet also took me out for a little while and then I'm back. All right, so thank you for sticking with us and thank you for the answers to these questions. Okay, so we'll take one more question and then we'll call it a day. Can you hear me?
All right, loud and clear.
All right, great. So we have this question from Sebastian Ondi. Sebastian says, do you ever feel discouraged? Sebastian. Yes. Do you ever feel discouraged or lacking in zeal to continue on the path of success? If yes, how do you handle such situations?
Honestly, there are some times, of course, you feel discouraged because when you are working, you expect or you plan at some certain level of respect and professionality should be shown to your profession. But here, most
Every year, Startup Grind hosts our SG Women Leaders Month, proudly recognizing the accomplishments of successful women leaders all over the world. These women are founders, venture capitalists, engineers, executives, educators, and more who represent our community all around the world. This month's SG Women Month is proudly presented by Google for Startups and Silicon Valley Bank.